Hey everybody, I'm Alicia Kabak. This is our VIP Ignite Live podcast. And I'm here with Carlton Mallard. Hi Carlton, how are you?
Hi, Alicia. I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, good, good. Last time I saw you, I think we were in Hollywood. Is that right? Is that the last time I saw you?
Yeah, I mean, if you're counting in person, yes, that was the last time you
Yes,
saw
in
me in person.
person.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah,
as far as Zoom, yeah, we see each other all the time on Zoom, but in person where we can actually hug it out. And then before that, I met you Chicago, Vegas. Where did I meet
no,
you?
it was in Vegas. In Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah,
Okay. And I
yeah.
remember when I first met you, because my business partner, Mike, had spoken from stage and you came up to me and we started talking a little bit about like VIP Ignite and what we do. And you had told me that you were an actor. Let's talk a little bit about your background. What did you do prior to coming to VIP Ignite?
Yeah, so most of my adult life, I've been an entrepreneur. I've owned multiple businesses, retail storefronts, 10,000 square foot retail storefronts. I've owned online businesses. I've owned an insurance brokerage. All of these that I started essentially from scratch, except the retail store. It was more of a uh, almost like a franchise,
Okay.
essentially. But now I currently just do my online businesses. But yeah, I'm an entrepreneur most of my life. And the other half of my life, I guess I was in corporate America, learning the ropes on how to manage people, things of that nature. So
Okay. So where did acting come into play? Was this something that you always dreamt about doing? And did you try to do this on your own?
yeah, so actually it started when I was younger. I always thought I could be a good actor. Uh, I used to do some things for church and I used to do some things for school, but I didn't take theater or anything in school. Just I did things like TV production and I was on like the morning show basically my entire child life since I was in the third grade. It was pretty awesome. And so I always knew I wanted to do something with TV. And about 2 years ago, I was living in Dominican Republic and I had reached out to a couple of casting agencies that my wife had sent me Facebook, and it was super easy to get work there. Like I had no I had no experience, but I told them I was super interested in having some roles.
Yeah.
And they just sent me like several roles all the time. They sent me roles to audition for. And at the time, I didn't have a lot of skill. I didn't really know what I was doing. So I didn't really get selected for those roles, but I did get in some background movies.
Yeah.
I was in one movie with Mark Wahlberg and I got to meet him. It was pretty awesome.
That's
He was a pretty good guy. Yeah, we had a nice conversation. And then I was in a movie with Sandra Bullock as well. But those were just background roles.
But at
But
least
that's
you're
where,
on set, getting to see everything. It's different from, oh, I want to be an actor to, oh my gosh, I'm actually on set and I'm seeing this like in real life.
yeah, you get to firsthand understand what being on set is all about. The long
Yeah.
hours, the days, the nights. Yeah, you totally get a feel for that really, really quickly. But yeah, it was pretty good. And that was my first experience with it. And so that's kind of how it started.
That's how you started. And then when we met each other in Vegas, you kind of said, wait, what is it that you do? What kind of intrigued you or kind of I should say kind of piqued your interest about what our company does?
Well, what I found interesting was that you guys, you had a lot of connections in the industry,
Yeah.
and that you guys were able to essentially fast track what I was trying to kind of do part time. You guys were able to fast track that and get me in front of the right people to be able to flourish and kind of grow in the industry. And so that's what I found really interesting, and that's the reason why I approached you, Mike, in Vegas.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many people that obviously want against this industry. And like you said, like long hours. I don't think a lot of people that have these dreams about getting into show business it's a very, I want to say it's an amazing business. It really is, but it's definitely an unglamorous, glamorous type business because you're on set all day. You're not working the whole time. It's hurry up, get there on time, and you wait. But as an aspiring actor, or maybe even for somebody like me who has no ambitions about being an actor or model or anything, but just for the love of the industry, like I love show business, just to be on set and see the cameras and the lights. And yeah, seeing Mark Wahlberg is really, really cool. And Sandra Bullock, she's one of my favorites ever. I've never met her. But just being able to see like and be part of it. Did you see yourself when those things aired? Did you see yourself on camera at all? Or what did your wife do?
Yeah, actually I did. I definitely did. I was in the city of the lost city of D, I believe is what it was called, with Sandra Bullock. That came out last year, April. I saw myself on that. But yeah, it's definitely a glamorous, unglamorous experience for sure. Because, you know, the movie I did with Mark Wahlberg, I'll just give you an example. Yeah. We literally was on set in the sun while he's paddling down a river in a kayak, and we were on set probably 10 hours. And we literally did one scene 1,000 times in a row. And so I don't even know how he was able to do it, because he was yelling like to the top of his lungs, yelling as he was going down the river. And he had to do that scene so many times. I'm surprised he even had a voice afterwards. But ultimately, if it's something that you're passionate about, the hours and being in the sun and all those things don't really matter. It's just kind of more like the experience, like, all right, this is a good experience. And so you kind of, you know, you just kind of take it all in.
Yeah, we've had situations when sometimes people are extras and they're so eager to get that limelight. Sometimes you would hear the extras, like complaining or, being negative or trying to find a way to like, go approach an actor, especially, I don't know if they confiscated your cell phones, but a lot of times when you're doing those big productions that you can't like do an Instagram live, a TikTok, you can't do any of that on set. Yeah. Did you see any of the extras like not having the professionalism? I mean, obviously, like for you, and I'm going to be very blunt with you, like you're very accomplished in your business. And I feel as though like that seaplane to, like you said, you did like the news, at your school. I feel like that probably helped prep you to be, in the public eye and to be a presence on social media and on Zoom, things like that. So I don't think a lot of people realize your childhood, really, those little seeds could plant, for a bigger, better tomorrow. Did you see any like, and I hate to even sound negative, but sometimes when people are on set, they don't really understand like what it's like to really be on set. It's not about them, you know what I mean? Like you're part of the scene. And I hate to sound like negative, but background extras, you're part of like the scene, like the background. These are the stars. So did you see any extras kind of like displaying any like negativity or not being professional?
So when I did those movies, we didn't see any negativity. It was essentially me and there was a group of us, a bunch of Dominican people. There wasn't many Americans in the background on this movie, but from things that I have done in the U.S., oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, the complaining of how long it's taking and
this is your dream. Shut up.
Yeah, it totally happens. It totally happens. But specifically with those movies, I didn't see that. But I recently did something here in the U.S. For VH1. I did a crime scene reenactment.
I saw that. I was like, I know that guy. Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. So I did that, and it was probably like a 14-hour day, but they used me for two different roles. I was a police officer, undercover police officer, and then I end up being like the main drug dealer as well, which was really weird. I don't know how that's going to play out. I don't know how it's going to play out. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to play out.
You arrested yourself, or two, you got away with it. So either way, I'm good as long as you got work. That's what I'm
what's crazy about it is I arrested the middleman.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I was the guy above him in the drug cartel essentially, and I arrested the middleman, and then. Cool. On the other scenes, I was the guy that was selling it to the middleman. I don't know, but it was really weird. But anyway, so the point of that is that, so when I was doing that, I saw some negative things and people were, trying to hold on to their cell phones, and they were like, no, you got to leave your cell phones in here in the dressing room. And, you got to be professional, essentially, when you're on these sets. It's going to take a long time. It's going to be all day. You're not going to, they're going to feed you most of the time. I think every set I've been on so far, they fed us, with the exception of a commercial I did at the private airport in Orlando.
Oh, okay.
I did a commercial there, probably the beginning of January,
Cool.
or late December, for a private jet company. And the commercials, what I really liked about those was that they didn't take all day. So if you're looking for something that's not going to take up 14 hours, try a commercial.
Commercials?
Yeah.
Cool. See, I wouldn't have
They
known
don't
that.
take
That's
all
great.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
But for
I think
like
I
a
was only
movie
there
or
for
a
like
TV
4
show.
hours.
Yeah. In and out. That's great. But, I really want to stress this to anybody watching this. If you are an aspiring actor, model, musician, I think this is why so many talent unfortunately get taken advantage of. They're so worried about like pictures and classes and websites, but like getting on set is a horse of a different color. Like you're going to learn a lot. And professionalism is a really big thing. And anytime you post anything on Facebook, I'm like, look at him doing his thing. That makes me so happy. And as far as the community, can you talk a little bit about like some of the things or some of your biggest aha moments about working with like VIP Ignite and like, the list of mentors that you've gotten to work with? And then most of all, getting to come out to LA and talking to top casting directors and agents live.
Yeah, absolutely. So VIP essentially accelerated what I was trying to do on my own to a whole nother level. When I had first met you guys, I wasn't really trying to do much, but I was like looking online for some things, and I would audition for some things here or there. But my motivation, I wanted to do it, but I really didn't have the motivation that I wanted to. And I think, being a part of the VIP community, it really helped me see people that were inspired to do the same thing that I was doing. And mentally, it really helps you get motivated to get going.
Mindset is a big thing in this business.
Exactly. Plus the investment you make, obviously, when you're invested, time, money, sacrifice, it really helps you get, you show up. It helps you get to the next level. And so with just working with the people that you guys have on your boot camps and the people that you guys have do some of the classes, like I really felt motivated. Yeah, exactly.
Like that is
Robert
huge.
Panaro, great guy, very experienced, and obviously has a lot of knowledge. And he gives you good critiquing when you're doing your monologues in front of him or you're trying to practice, and gives you a lot of great advice. And that's what you need, for somebody who's essentially middle-aged. I'm 40 years old, right? For somebody who is trying to essentially go into a different field that they don't have any experience in at all, to see people that are a little bit older than them that's doing it with success, and you're able to communicate and talk back and forth with them and understand where they came from, and just use them as guidance. It's really powerful.
And not trying to reinvent the wheel. Again, like you saw, like as a casting director, most of them don't go to those like websites to hire people, not when you're looking for those big coveted roles, the speaking roles. So unfortunately, a lot of people spend money and they put their little pictures up. As a casting director, like I would be afraid, especially in today's world, number one, is this person mentally competent? Is this person going to show up? Is this person going to be professional? Is this person going to cause problems? And then not only that, but imagine like on one of those websites where you have like a casting, let's just say for a Marvel movie, and like 100,000 people apply. How would a casting director even go back and forth with each of you? And I find that most people wanting to get into this industry, they're not surrounded by real people in the industry. They're, as you said, it's an investment. You're going to cut a check for speed. You don't want to go and try to figure out this business on your own. You want to go with like-minded people that understand this business, that, can tell you, especially now, this business has changed dramatically. You're a man with your own business, your wife, you've got kids, you travel around the world. Like this business now, a lot of people still equate Hollywood to old school Hollywood, where you have to live in New York, you have to live in LA, you have to physically go to these castings. Now that it's opened up on Zoom, and like you said, you just booked a commercial here in Orlando, that is unbelievable. And I'm so proud of all of your success. And I hope for those of you listening to this podcast today, that you understand, if you want to do anything, you've got to be around not only like-minded individuals, but you need to take advice from people that have not only achieved, but have had great success. And is it that you want to go? Because if you don't have a roadmap, or if you don't have a navigation system kind of pointing you in the right direction, we see where talent kind of fall through the cracks. And, I joke around a lot about the bad boyfriend syndrome in this industry. They're going and spending a lot of time and money with companies that aren't ever giving them the advantage to not only grow, but to network, and I laugh because, like, for me, my greatest joy is, hey, Carlton, you kind of had an inkling that you wanted to be an actor. Let me tell you a little bit about my company. I can't get you work, but I can put you face to face. You can get yourself work, but I'm going to give you the tools that you need. And literally the rest is up to you. And I'm so proud of you. And as far as a company, taking somebody who wants to be in this business, and then now you're in the business. If you can go back and tell yourself about any of the experiences you've had so far, what kind of pep talk did you ever think about giving up? Like when you were just starting?
No, I definitely never thought about giving up, especially, I'm still relatively new in the business, right? I'm getting opportunity, and it's super exciting. I'm still learning a lot. I would probably have told myself to take it a little bit more seriously much younger, because it's just always been in the back of my head. And, sometimes as a man, you feel like you have to get yourself financially straight before you can start venturing out into other things. And I had to build my finances up essentially and get my family and everything straight. And then I can focus on some things that I want to do personally, right? It's kind of like the sacrifice that women make for themselves when they start a family, right? They get their kids and things and, going, and then they can say, all right, I can focus on my career, that kind of thing. And so that's what I would do. I would say, try it a little earlier, try to do something a little earlier. But, you pointed on one thing that I do want to expand on is that when you guys at VIP put people in front of people who are in the business, who know what they're doing, that is priceless alone. You're not going to be able to, on your own at least, get the types of roles that you want without an agent. And the reason why is because not every role is advertised. If you sign up for casting networks, or if you sign up for any of these other places, you'll get some small roles that you'll see that's in there, but the main roles have already been filled. They go to the agencies.
The breakdowns. They don't post them anywhere on the internet.
Exactly. You'll never see them. You only see on the, and I hear the reason why I'm saying this is because I was just with some guys that don't have agents, and they're complaining about, I only see these small roles, and I have to tell them, like, hey, you're not going to see big roles. I only get big roles from my agents. And these guys, I never see these roles advertised, but it's on the same platform. They will send it to me off that platform, but I never see it advertised, and I get alerts every day, and I look at every single one of them. So it's really powerful for you to have an agent, because it doesn't matter where you live, doesn't matter, how old you are, how you look, any of that thing. None of that stuff matters. What matters is someone presenting you. Does that person have a good relationship in the industry? Do they have a good reputation? Are they going to send you the information so that you can do your auditions? I just got an audition yesterday from Allie and those girls out in LA. And so, they're going to send you the things that you need, but the only way you're going to get it, the big roles is, you're obviously going to have an agent.
And again,
how do you get an agent?
VIP
companies like VIP.
We're gonna build you up and kind of build the foundation with you and kind of give you the mentoring and the training, because at the end of the day, Allie is a good friend of mine. She loves her company and she loves what we do. She also knows that we're going to bring qualified people to meet with her, and you happen to get signed. And that is so tremendous. You have a huge agent who books major motion pictures and television shows. I don't know if you know, but she also manages Black China. You have a huge LA agent now representing you. And I don't want to toot our own horn, but sometimes, like ships in the night, you kind of need kind of a roadmap. Hey, we're going to introduce you to top people. And my job is to say, hey, you're ready, go. And it's up to the agent as to whether or not, and I really want to share this with you guys, an agent is looking for an actor. They're not there to train you. So I'm proud of you. You did your work. You understood how this business works. You asked great questions and you showed up, not for me, but for yourself. As an investor in your own business, you're not going to fail. Not to mention you have a family that I'm sure, did your wife think you were a little bit crazy that you wanted to get into this industry, or was she supportive? And I want to say one thing, I deal with a lot of men and women that obviously really want to get into this industry, but they always deal with well, I have to ask for permission. Change that around and say, I need support. Because if you have somebody support and you don't ask for permission, like if there's something you really want to do, like thank goodness you followed your heart, because now you're signed to a huge LA agent and this is insane. I mean, it's been less than a year.
Insane. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Fortunately for me, my wife is on board with anything I do because I make good decisions. So I don't have to sit around and wait on her permission to do anything. So it's pretty awesome. But yeah, I mean, having the agency, well, first of all, VIP put me in front of the agent.
Yeah.
And not only that agent put me in front of a lot of other agents in the same room at the same time. And how can you beat that? You just can't beat it, right? You had the opportunity to go talk to all the agents, ask the right questions. The number one thing, obviously, is being able to get in the room, number one. But then probably the second most important thing is preparation. You have to be prepared to talk to them. You have to be professional. You have to ask the right questions. You have to know what you're doing when you're in that room, because there were some people there that didn't get signed. Right.
No, and that's not my fault. I can only prepare them. They got to get on the calls. And again, if I were to offer this service for free, nobody would show up. Nobody would show up. Nobody would take this seriously. Right. And again, for you invested in yourself, which means you're holding yourself accountable. And if you don't get on the calls, hey, we were there. You just didn't show up. But I'm so proud of you. And I know I've spoken to Allie. She's really excited about having you on her roster. And I expect big things from you. And I'm so glad that you followed your heart, because remember, this is your passion, nobody else's. And,
right.
Again, like you said, when you got in front of the right people, and this is the one thing that most people in this world trying to get in this industry don't understand. Pictures, classes, and websites, that's sweet, but getting in front of somebody that can snap a finger and put you in a hit TV show, that is extremely difficult to do. And that's all VIP is. We're just putting you in front of the right people, but also helping you kind of prepare for that meeting. Because like you said, some people went to the event, they didn't get the same success you did, but you were ready. And you happen to, again, as a professional, you definitely exude qualities that they're looking for. So I congratulate you on that.
I appreciate that. And thank you. I thank everybody in the VIP family, you, Mike, Deneen, everybody that was involved. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's about like-minded people trying to get together for a common goal. Yeah. And I think we definitely are on our way to accomplishing that, step by step.
Team success. That. Yeah, well, I'm so excited. I think about like divine intervention. Like, I'm so glad we met in Vegas, and I'm so glad that you entrusted us with your dreams, and that you showed up, and that you put in the work for yourself. And I'm sure your kids are probably getting like, oh my God, my dad was in a movie. Oh my goodness, that's so cool. My dad was in a TV show. Have they seen you yet on TV or film?
Yeah, so they saw me on that movie. I did show them some clips of the commercial that I'm in. I can't show it publicly. So when I get that opportunity, you'll see it. I'll put some online, things of that nature.
So excited.
Then when the episode of the VH1 show comes out, I'll put that up as well. But yeah, they're super excited. So excited that we took a family photo the other day, because I get a lot of requests for my family as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but up until this point, I've never submitted us because they have never shown any interest. But the other day we took a family photo, and so we're gonna start submitting some family things as well. Especially being in Florida, you get a lot of Disney cruise lines. You get a lot of
they want real families. Yeah,
they want real families. Yeah, they don't want to be placing people, because they want it to be natural when you're on set. So so we're gonna maybe we'll get them involved.
Yeah, that's so fun. And if you get a Disney cruise, that would be unbelievable. Keep tagging us and everything. I cannot wait to see you on VH1. Any idea of when it's going to air?
I don't know, but I mean, the season is going to end recording probably in May.
Okay.
And so I believe I'm on episode number 2. I'll have to get the details.
Tag me in it, because I'm going to share it with all my friends and family.
Yeah,
and
I'll
be like pointing to the TV and calling you on FaceTime. I thank you so much, and I love this meeting with you. And I'm excited. This is the best is yet to come. So congratulations.
Thank you very much, Alicia. I appreciate it. And thank you to the VIP family. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Carlton. I'll see you soon. If not live, then on my TV screen or maybe in the theaters.
Exactly.
Right. Bye, Carlton.
You.
You too. Thank you. Bye, guys.